What's up, Chris Ryan Fitness fam? We are here tonight to crush an advanced level strength, arms, and abs class. Of course, in the best way possible. Medium dumbbells will be needed here today. So let's get on after it in the dynamic warm-up series. Palms facing down towards the ground. Crisscross your arms, left over right, right over left you go, back and forth. Oh yeah, Jeff, just for you, my friend, flexing, baby. Back and forth, KZ, as well. Palms facing on up. Pull your thumbs up behind you as far as you can right there. Open up the chest, the upper back. Take those hands, clap those elbows, right, or clap those hands and throw those elbows high over those shoulders right there for 2 and 1. Excellent, excellent work right there on that warm-up with the arm swings. Palms facing away from your body. Now bend that left elbow back. Keep that right arm nice and straight. Stretch out through that wrist ever so slightly. Same thing over here on that right elbow. Bend that arm back. Stretch out that left wrist. Go inverted. Palms face on in. Right wrist pulls on in. Left wrist remains straight. Back and forth you go for 2 and 1. There we go. Getting it nice and loosey-goosey right here. Now at high plank position. Eyes are down towards the ground. Go ahead and push hard through those palms. Let's just do one easy, slow, controlled push-up. Hover right over the ground for a second. Show that core control, and then push hard through those palms. Then take your hips up to the sky. Eyes go back towards those toes. Hang out right there. Oh, feeling good. Looking towards those toes. Pike the hips up. Pull the face through towards those toes as much as you can. Flare out those lats. Now drop the hips, roll those hips over to that left side a little bit. Big deep stretch to that right side lat, tricep region. And then drop those hips over to that right side a little bit. Big deep stretch to that left. Oh, yeah, there we go. And now, coming down on the ground on all fours, knees on the ground, toes pointing away from your body, hands on the ground. Little cat-cow position. Tighten up those abs. Pull your face in towards your belly button, round your back, and push hard through those palms as much as you can. And then let's go ahead and arch your back. Press the tailbone up towards the sky. Eyes go out in front of you. And then let's do that one more time. Roll through. Push, push, push through those palms. Chin in towards your chest. Round your back as much as you can. And then let's go ahead and arch your back ever so slightly. We're opening up through that spine. Those hips. And 2 and 1. All righty. Let's build some muscle. Enough of that stretching stuff. Okay. Nama, Adi, Thetis, all in the house. Coming on back for some more after that button legs class a few minutes ago. Oh, my. Okay, let's get those DBs into our hands. Cross body curls we go. Knuckles tilted on in, right arm up to that left shoulder. Flex that bicep as hard as you can. Go down slow and controlled. Follow my form cues here as much as you can. Palms facing in towards your body the whole time. So only your upper arm is going to be in that perpendicular position, pointed straight down towards the ground the whole way. Going to the opposite shoulder, flexing in as hard as you can. You're not moving that upper arm in any way, right? Just your forearm should be moving. Your wrist should be curled in towards your body ever so slightly, going up strong, squeeze and hold up at the top side, flex that bicep as hard as you can. Work that handle grip the whole way through. Back and forth, push hard through those heels and keep your butt as tight as you can. Notice the harder you push through those heels, your glutes get a little tighter, right? And all of a sudden you get a little bit more pump in those arms. All those little cues will make all the difference here on this workout. For 2 and 1. Excellent, excellent work right there, everybody. Reverse hugger time we go. Feet go nice and wide now. Palms facing in towards center. Eyes go down towards the ground. Hinge it at the hip. Hug those dumbbells in strong towards your sternum. Press out even with your shoulders. So slow, controlled movement pattern the whole way through. Pushing through those heels. Your eyes remain down towards the ground the whole time. You're hugging them in, and then you're pressing them out fully outside your shoulders as far as you can. Here we go, Lance. Come on, my friend. Pressing through. Squeezing them on in. Shoulders intact the whole time. Making sure your hips are well out behind your knees. Your eyes remain down towards the ground the whole way through. You're hinging at the hip. Pressing hard through those heels. Squeezing those DBs in towards your chest. Pressing back. All the way out. Back and forth. But slow and control. Defy some gravity here today, my friends. For 2, excellent job, and 1. Hammer curl, pull apart time we go. Palms facing on in towards each other. Knuckles tilted on in ever so slightly. Elbows out in front of those ribs. Hammer curl, high elbow pull apart. Squeeze through the upper back, mid-back position. Rotate those elbows down. Slow, controlled, back into that original start position. Squeezing hard through the grip the whole time. Following those form cues the whole way through. So make sure you don't look like you're heaving and holding the dumbbells up, right, and dropping those elbows too quickly. I'd rather have you work with a lighter set of dumbbells here on these movement patterns and get that form locked in as much as possible. Pulling back, touching the knuckles in together, rotating those elbows on down. There we go, my friends. Back and forth. High elbows, pull back, right back on in to the center. You go. Strong, powerful. Drive them up. Squeeze. Backside position for 3, for 2, and 1. Supinator grip, tricep kickback time. Supinator grip. Palms facing away from your body. Notice the elbows remain back behind your ribs the whole time. You're going to hinge at the hip. Look down towards the ground. Keep the elbows high, and then just kick those forearms straight back. Hold for 2 seconds at the top side position, flexing through those triceps as much as you can. As you punch those knuckles on back with that straight arm lock position, make sure you think about pushing your chest down towards the ground. So you're going to push your chest towards the ground, squeezing through those shoulder blades as much as you can. Once again, controlling the weight, not just swinging those DBs back and forth, right? You should have no movement in your body other than your forearms. Squeezing, flexing, triceps hard as possible. Pushing through those heels, driving your chest straight down towards the ground. Squeezing a little harder, a little longer here today. 3, come on, 2, and 1. Arms fried already. Good work. Let's do it. Diamond push-ups, index fingers and thumbs together. 4 palms down on the ground. Sternum over the midpoint of that diamond. Abs tight as possible. Now, curl your tailbone up and under. Go down slow and controlled for 5 seconds. Sternum over the midpoint. Press hard through those palms. So now you're going to make sure your hips are off the ground the whole way through. Your elbows are turned inward towards your ribs. You're keeping your abs as tight as you can. Remember that cat position when you're curling your tailbone up and under earlier? There was a reason why we did that. That is the exact same position I want you to think about with your hips. So you're curling your tailbone up and underneath those hips, keeping your abs as tight as you can so your core can generate a little bit more force, a little bit more power all the way through that torso and transfer it right on in through those palms for 3, 2, and 1. Rest it on up. Stay down on the ground, everybody, by the way. So now, time to get some ab work going, right? Time to towel on off. What a sweat fest it is in here today. Absolutely amazing, amazing work. Okay, so 1 down, 3 more big ones coming your way. We got a 30-minute burner for us. Arms and abs, advanced level, getting it done. Medium dumbbells coming along for the ride with us here today. So far, so good. 1 down. 3 more big ones coming our way. This next section will be all abs, and we're going to go back and forth with some arms and abs thereafter. So now you're going to go hip raise with a reach. So now what you're going to do, everybody, DB's in our hands. Let's do it. Right side, here we go. So you're going to go DB's up high towards the sky, punch through the hips up as high as you can, then extend out, reach up with that foot, back on in to center. Press hard through that forearm, raise it up, X, down and in, toes dorsiflexed in towards your body the whole way through. Back and forth, pressing the dumbbell up as high as you can. Knuckles are punched up towards the sky. Raise your hips first and then finish up with the outer edge, raising up through the hip flexors all the way. Power punch through that forearm as much as you can, making sure you protect that low right side shoulder as much as possible. Left arm punching up strong. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Quickly switch. DB goes into that right hand now. You're coming over on your left forearm. Now, pressing up that right arm up straight up over the top side. Eyes remain forward, just out in front of you. Raise up the hips and extend out that right leg. Right palm pressing up towards the ceiling with the knuckles. Driving up, stabilizing through that core, that torso, the whole way through. Knees remain straight and locked the whole time, using your obliques, using your hip flexors as much as possible right there, everybody. When I say abs, we want to recruit those hip flexors too, right? Here we go, down and in, pressing up strong, stabilizing through the shoulder as much as you can with that static hold position. We're not wavering out in front of us, behind us, or side to side. Punch up. Don't just hold the dumbbell. Drive it up towards the ceiling. the whole way through. For 3, for 2, and 1. Excellent work right there. Hollow rock, knee tuck, crunch, we go. Now the DBs can go off to the side and rest down up, but your abs, they're all mine. So 1 hollow rock, 1 knee tuck crunch. So toes flex back towards your face, 1 hollow rock, 1 knee tuck crunch. Arms remain straight the whole way through. The legs remain straight only on the hollow rock. Of course, the knee tuck means that you're pulling those knees in towards your shoulders and upper chest, not towards your belly button, right? You're going on into it, driving your chest in towards your knees. Toes remain flexed in towards your body the whole way through. Rock, roll, oh yeah, back and forth the whole time. But the goal, showing core control as much as you can. So you are squeezing those abs the whole way through. You're not just flopping around on the ground. Activating that core right here. Ribs to the hips, belly button down to that tailbone, the whole way home. For 2 and 1. Excellent, excellent work right there. Flip that pancake over, forearms on the ground. Low plank reaches. So forearms strong to the ground, elbows south of the shoulder. Tight up those abs, curl the tailbone up and under. Left arm reaches out, hold. 1001, 1002. Back into center. Right arm reaches out, hold. 1001, 1002. Right back on into center, you go. Reaching, extending, keeping your shoulders, keeping your hips square to the ground the whole time. Your chin remains tucked in towards your chest. You're trying to tighten up those abdominals as much as possible while you're reaching out. You are making sure you are not compensating and wavering through those hips or the shoulders, right? You want to think, even though you reach out, you're in an imbalanced position, but you're balancing yourself out because your core is in control, right? That is why we're throwing you off balance with one arm reaching out. By this point, your abs know what to do. They need to activate. They need to contract. Stabilize that core even when you're in an offset position. Excellent job. Sit-ups, presses. DB's coming back on out. Oh, yeah. All right. Little arm action in this section. Let's do it. Chin in towards your chest. So you're going to sit up, press the dumbbell straight up over top side of your shoulders, all the way home. So you're driving your head through those locked out arms up at the top side, squeezing through those abdominals to pull your torso upright, right? You are not trying to have the dumbbells fire out in front of you so that you sit up, drop the dumbbells, and press out in front of you like that. We're pressing up in a vertical formation by squeezing our shoulder blades together, pulling our lats back and down. So flaring our lats out, working through the inside of your upper back, the rhomboids, right between the shoulder blades as much as you can. Press them up strong, squeeze on through. Press them up strong, squeeze right on through as I adjust my mic pack right there for 2 and 1. Finish it on up. Now, static hold sit-ups. This one is a tough one. The last one, that was just a warm-up. Now, chin in towards your chest. Eyes are forward. Arms remain straight and locked. Now, pull your torso through those locked out arms. So your arms remain locked and steady the whole way through. This one can only be done if you are pressing the whole time. You're not just holding, you're pressing, you're squeezing, you're activating, punching through, working those ribs, pulling on in towards those hips as much as you can. If you go forward, it's going to descend the arms down and the dumbbells down. I want you to think, activate as much as you can, keep your chin towards your chest, eyes forward the whole way through. Notice the arms remain steady and locked the whole time. I'm not letting the arms come forward. The arms push up and the torso comes through those locked out arms as much as you can. For 3, for 2, and 1. Rush on up. Absolutely amazing, amazing work. Halfway point already in this burner. Oh, yeah. Checking on in. How are y'all doing? Sweaty. Arms pumped on up. Abs getting on after it as well. Smiles getting on after it too, right? Here we go, everybody. Absolutely amazing, amazing work. So, halfway point during this arms and abs workout, right? Staying strong, learning how to control that core and offset style positions. Now, time to pump up those biceps a little bit right here. A little push curl action. Curl up, push out, half range motion, what we're looking for. Elbows locked out in front of those ribs the whole way through. Wrist curled up and in ever so slightly. Keeping your butt tight, abs tight, Smile big, sweaty, and beautiful. Back and forth the whole time. Curl, push, back into center. Slow descent. Curl, push, right back on into center. Slow descent. We are not going here and then down, right? No sloppy form. Once again, as you come out, you go distal with the arms. You have to push hard through those heels and keep those glutes tight and those abs stabilized, because if not, you're going to fall forward. We don't want to do that, right? We want to keep tension right there in those biceps the whole time. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Standing rock pull time, we go. So here's what you're going to do. Dumbbells start just below your chin in a horizontal position with the knuckles pointed up towards the ceiling. Press up from that position, right out behind your head. Elbows go over the shoulders. Bent elbow position the whole way through, right below your chin. Elbows tucked in tight the whole time. Back and forth, targeting the deltoids, the triceps as much as you can. Stand tall, vertical position, ear stacked over the shoulder, right up over the hip, knee, and ankle. Your butt remains tight the whole way through. Your eyes remain forward, and we are going slow and controlled throughout the range of motion right here, my friends. Back and forth, strong, punching all the way through. Excellent, excellent job. Back and forth for 2 and 1. Lighten on up, overhead tricep extension. We go back and forth. Nama's too tired to text. Love it, Nama. But you are still smiling. That's the most important part. So overhead tricep extension time. Palms facing the back of your head. Elbows are stacked up over the shoulders as I tighten up and loosen up my shoelace right there. So good thing we're not in a cardio boot camp. So you're going on into it. Palms facing away up at the top side. Flaring your lats out as much as you can right there. So you're opening up those lats, stacking your spine, opening up through those shoulder blades, and lighting up those triceps like none other. Back and forth, spine tall, pushing through those knuckles hard as you can. Back and forth the whole way through. Excellent, excellent job. Less than 10 seconds to go right there, everybody. Come on, dig deep. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Ah, yeah. Arnold Press time. Palms facing on in towards your front delts now. Knuckles up towards the sky. Tight butt. Press up. Pull back down through those elbows by squeezing your biceps as hard as possible. Press up. Clear those ears. Squeeze those biceps right back down. As you pull those elbows down, you are not just dropping those elbows, right? You're pressing up strong, working through those shoulders, and then squeezing back down as if you're trying to do a chin up over a bar right there, right? So think about up, and now the workout starts. Now that movement starts. Now you're going to squeeze down and try to pull your chin over that bar as much as you can. Your eyes remain forward. Smile remains big. Sweat, beautiful. Come on, down and up we go. Can't stop, won't stop. Not here, not today, my friends. Come on, getting it done. Back and forth the whole time. Head comes through those locked out arms, squeezing those biceps hard as possible. High plank row with a little side press out action we go. So dumbbell is in that right hand. Left palm on the ground. You're going to go high plank row, side press out, back under center. So high plank row, press out. Similar to that reverse hugger position that you're doing earlier, this time unilateral style format, but of course, intensifying through those abs, keeping that core locked in, pressing as hard as you can through that left palm. So the shoulders and hips remain square. As I press out, I want to come down with a straight arm position under control. I don't want to just drop that arm down, right? I want to press, row up, and then press out, similar to that single arm rotation pattern that you were doing earlier with that double arm reverse hugger, right? Back and forth the whole time. Now the goal, you have to engage that core, pulling those ribs into the hips in that offset position. Otherwise, of course, you'll fall on your face. You don't want to do that. You rob those abs of gains. Switch it up. Let's go, Addy. All righty. Come on, OG Vesna. You are in it to win it here today. Shoulders on fire in the best way. So right hands down to the ground, left arm rose up, press it back on out. Loop, swoop, and pull. Right back up and under. Shoulders and hips remain square. Abs as tight as possible the whole way through. Rowing, side press out. We go. Rowing, and that strong side press out. Abs remain locked on in as much as possible. Back and forth the whole time. Row, press, row, and press all the way. Come on. This is your time to shine, my friends. Your time to light it up. 3, 4, 2, and 1. That's right. Rest it on up. Don't mind if I do after that one. Alrighty. So we got 3 down. One more big one coming your way here today, and then we'll be in the finish line, right? Hopefully you're learning a lot about how your core and your arms and shoulders all work together to get the best pump for you as well, right? So I love these arms and abs workouts. There's so many small teaching moments that are so important for the overall effectiveness of the workout itself, but also keep those shoulders healthy, those abs healthy, and the backside nice and healthy too, right? Speaking of backside, bent over curls, we go. DBs back into our hands. Let's do it. So palms facing in towards one another, feet nice and wide. Upper arm remains stationary underneath. Palm facing in towards the shoulder. Curl up that right arm. DB to that left shoulder. Slow control down. And now that left arm up to that right shoulder. As you curl, flex the bicep as hard as possible. So you have 2 heads of your bicep. Try to look down at your arm. Check out the bicep. And try to split the bicep right up the middle. Oh, yeah. Huge pump right there, my friends. Pushing those hips back as far as you can, bent over position, but making sure the elbow is directly south of the shoulder. You should not have the elbow punching out to curl the dumbbell to the same shoulder. You're curling on in, but flexing as hard as possible. For 2 and 1. That's a fun one, right? Love that one. Curl to reverse curl we go. So now, palms facing away, wrist curl on in ever so slightly. Right out in front. Curl 3/4 way up. Reverse curl on the way back down. Curl right on up. Reverse curl. Slow control descent. Turn and twist the whole way through. Huge pump in those arms for you tonight, right? But the goal, keeping those wrists activated the whole time. So notice the wrist doesn't really change position, or it doesn't change the flexion state, right? If you're coming on in, the wrist still stays flexed in the whole time, but all you're going to do is turn those palms facing down towards the ground, but the wrist stays in that exact same locked position. Back and forth you go. Curling, flexing hard as you can for 3. Here we go. For 2. Get it done. And 1. Absolutely amazing, amazing work. Hammer curl, supinated turn. We go. Palms facing on in, elbows out in front, hammer curl up, supinated turn, kiss them back together, take it downtown. Eyes remain forward the whole time. Palms up, rotate dumbbells in together, elbows out in front of your ribs the whole way through. Rotate those palms up, slow controlled descent underneath the hip line. Rotate palms up, slow controlled descent right up underneath your hip line the whole way through. Back and forth, strong, all the way, baby. 20 more seconds to go. Lighten on up. Your strongest self, your best self. Getting tired, I get it, I am too, but we are getting on after it as best as possible. Remember, iron sharpens iron. You are getting it done here today, no matter what. For 2 and 1. There we go, everybody. Straight arm tricep extension from the floor. We go. So now you're coming over on your backside. Dumbbells well behind you so that the arms are straight. I got to wipe the sweat out of my eyeballs. Okay. Wipe the sweat, Chris. Okay. There we go. Straight arm extension. Go right up over the top side of your eyeball line and then down on a backside position. Knuckles are punching away from your body the whole way through, extending through the triceps and the lats. So the arms remain straight and locked the whole time. Squeezing those handles hard, letting your head rest on the ground. Eyes remain straight up towards the ceiling the whole way through. Back and forth, extending all the way, lengthening through those triceps the whole time, my friends. Back and forth all the way. punching those knuckles straight on up towards the sky, extending through those lats, through those triceps for 2 and 1. Amazing job right there. Dead bug with extension time, knuckles up towards the sky. Now palms start facing in towards your knees. Knees up, head rests on the ground, knees over the hips, toes flexed in towards your body. Extend out, left arm with the dumbbell, all the way out, right leg, back on into center. Extend out right arm with the dumbbell, with that left leg, right back on into center. You have to make sure you are squeezing that handle hard on the dumbbell, extending through, and supporting your shoulder back and forth the whole time. Do not have a loose grip, a bent elbow. Load through the lat and the tricep as much as you can, keeping the lumbar spine fully flat on the ground the whole way through. Knuckles are punching away from your body, back and forth, toes flexed on in the whole time. Lighten on up. Your strongest self, your best self, right here, right now. 2 and 1. DB's off to the side. Scratchy elbows. We go. Elbow scratch time from a high plank position. Eyes are down towards the ground. Tailbone tucked in. Right knee above the right elbow. Scratch it up and down a couple times, above and below. Left knee above and below a couple times. Toes remain dorsally flexed on in towards your shin and knee the whole way through. The hands pushing as hard as you can through the ground right below your shoulders. So you're going up and down on that elbow as much as you can, Casey. Oh, yeah, you can do it, Casey. Dig deep, Nama. There we go, Jeff. Burn it on out, my friends. Push as hard as you can through those palms, back and forth. Toes flexed in towards your shins the whole way home. Excellent, excellent job. Chin tucked in towards your chest, squeezing those ribs right on in towards those hips the whole time. For 2 and 1. Excellent job. Flip it on over on your backside. Last minute to win it to Six Pack City. We go. Alternating V-ups for the win. Hollow hold, left leg up, right leg up. Back and forth. Both feet are suspended off the ground, right? Straight leg position. Toes flex back towards your face the whole time. Locked at the knee. Working those arms straight as possible out behind you as far as you can. Your chin tucked in towards your chest the whole way through. Working through the hip flexor, those obliques the whole time. Going controlled into this movement, not spastic into this movement, right? Pushing and sliding the rib towards the hip and pushing the belly button down towards the tailbone as much as possible. Once again, control that core. Right and left, right and left. We go. Arms straight and locked, abs tight under tension for 2 and 1. Cool down time. Stand tall, stand proud, and flex them if you got them. Absolutely amazing, amazing work here today, everybody on Chris and I Fitness. You came, you saw, you absolutely conquered a heck of a workout. Strength, arms, and abs, advanced level. Tons of fun movements thrown in there, right? With abs and arms and abs working right at the same time. All that core control, that's so important. Elbows out in front, elbows behind, whatever it might be, those cues. Getting it done in the best way with the wrist position, getting that pump that you deserve. Keeping those shoulders healthy along the way as well. Palms on up towards the sky. Feet nice and wide now. Pull those ribs far apart from one another as you can. Palms up. Spread those fingers wide. Pull the thumbs out behind you. Open up the chest as much as possible. Big inhale through your nose. Big exhale through the mouth. And then take it down underneath the hip line. Look towards the back of the room. Roll your shoulders forward. There you go. Straight leg position. Hamstrings open for business. Take those fingertips back behind your heels for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rise up. Take that left hand up over that right elbow. Reach around your neck as far as you can. Oh, yeah. Jeff, those V-ups hurting the right way, right? Here we go, my friend. Back and forth there is so effective. But I'd rather have you do a few reps with that core control position rather than just trying to look back and forth, trying to go a million miles an hour, right? I hope everyone is honing in on that core control that we talk about, that being so important, right? Keeping everything squared off, keeping those abs under tension the whole time, right? because all those little cues will add up to be the big things for you in these workouts and the future workouts you do, whether you do a butt and legs workout, an arms and abs workout. Those small little things add up to be those big details at the end of the day during these workouts. So one more flex for the road. Tag me at Chris Ryan Fitness, everybody. Send some messages our way to the Team Chris Ryan Fitness group on Facebook as well. On Instagram at Chris Ryan Fitness, of course. Share those images with the rest of the world. Keep on expanding that Chris Ryan Fitness brand that you know and love, and paying it forward down the line. So happy to join you live here today. Got a stretch class for you in about 15 minutes time for you as well. See you soon, my friends.